Welcome to the Manifesting Formula. I'm Christine Rizzo. In today's episode, we are talking about how the universe will test us from time to time to witness how we are going to react from certain situations that we attract. So keep listening, my friends, to find out exactly what those tests really are. Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you all today? So tell me, have you been working on keeping your vibrations high and trying to keep your energy clear from drama and negativity? What about writing in your journals every day? 3 things that you are thankful for? I hope so. Remember, the more grateful you are, the more the universe brings you more things to be grateful for. And when we are grateful, we are on a super high frequency level because we are showing love for those things. So let me ask you, what are you thankful for today? Think about the love and how amazing it feels. It feels so good, right? Today, I'm extremely grateful for the town that I live in and how the employees that work for the town keep it looking so beautiful. I love that I live so close to the village shops and restaurants where my husband and I go weekly to enjoy a glass of wine, delicious food, and really good music. Living in a quaint town was something that I manifested a few years ago. I had a picture of a cute village of shops and restaurants on my vision board, and I kept thinking about it, knowing that when it was time for me to buy a house to move into, that the universe would bring me homes to look at in areas with small towns. I am serious, my friends. Once you get the hang of intentional manifesting, it becomes pretty addicting and kind of like a game, like a challenge. And if you are a bit competitive, like I am when it comes to games, I am out to win. This is pretty much how I feel about creating my life the way I want it to turn out. I am competing with myself to see and to prove to myself how powerful I really am. And it winds up blowing your mind each and every time you watch your manifestation come to life. Today, I wanted to give a great big shout out to all of those listening in Canada, as well as in the state of New York, Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, and of course, Long Island. Thank you all for listening. I'm so excited that you are all here with me. Some of you may be wondering why I separated New York from the 5 boroughs and from Long Island. Being that I grew up on Long Island, I know that most of us feel that we are not part of the state of New York, even though technically we are. But Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Staten Island feel the same way, kind of like we should all be our own little state. I'm not saying everyone feels this way, but most of us do. And even though we aren't that far in distance, it's like we are when it comes to our accents and many other things. Last week, we talked about the actual formula and how to use it in our lives. We also went a little deeper into the second law of the universe. Today, we are jumping into how the universe has a sense of humor and how we are continuously tested until we learn the lessons we need to learn. The universe tests us all, and there are reasons for why this happens. Today, I'm going to tell you what happened to me a few years ago, how the universe tested me big time, and how she has a sense of humor that she sometimes thinks is funnier than you may actually think. But there are always lessons behind her teachings. So, a few years ago, I was on my way to work. It actually happened to be toward the end of the month when most police officers are waiting to write out as many tickets as they can so they can fill their quota for the month. I was listening to one of my favorite audiobooks, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. If you have never read this book, you need to go buy it. She is really funny and you will love her. Anyway, as I was saying, I wasn't paying much attention to the speed limit because I was so wrapped up in listening to Jen speak. I was in my own little world on autopilot, headed to work. Suddenly, out of nowhere, I see this man dressed in a sheriff's uniform practically jump in the middle of the road, signaling with his arms to pull over. I started to question, am I getting pulled over? Yes, I was getting pulled over. I first looked around thinking maybe there was another car he was signaling to. Nope, he was referring to the one and only. This wasn't really a surprise to me since I am a fast driver, and I just didn't realize I was driving that fast that I needed to get pulled over. You see, I was too in the moment laughing while listening to Jen to even notice. Well, by this time, I wasn't really laughing anymore. I was more like, shit, here we go again, another speeding ticket. Fuck. I was trying to set my intentions quickly by telling myself, it's okay, Christine. You're not going to get a ticket because this really nice man of the law who serves his country is way too kind. So apologize, smile really big, bat those baby blues of yours, act like you had no idea that you were driving as fast as you were, which is totally true, and start crying if you need to. I didn't start crying, but I probably should have. I was definitely trying to manifest very quickly before he came back to the window by visioning him not bringing anything else back but my license and registration. Yeah, well, that manifestation didn't work. Unfortunately, my skills weren't as quick back then. As he came back to my car, I saw the ticket. Yes, this gentle giant wrote me out a ticket for speeding, but he was also kind enough to give me a really big break. Instead of the $300 ticket that I should have gotten for speeding 20 miles per hour over the speed limit, he felt bad and gave me a ticket for 5 miles per hour over the limit. That's $150. Yes. The apology must have worked. My dad always said, if you ever get pulled over, use your manners and always apologize the minute they come to the window. I couldn't stop thanking the universe for the ticket that I did wind up getting. My friends, I drove away and I wasn't upset at all, not one bit. I was grateful for the ticket that I did get. I know that sounds funny, but it could have been for $300 and it wasn't. I also knew that it really was my fault because I wasn't paying attention. So I coughed up the fine to a donation for the multi-billion-dollar construction project that they are doing on Interstate 4. Anyway, that morning I arrived at work and went about my day. I picked up the mail at the kiosk and noticed two envelopes addressed to me, one from the city of Orlando and the other from the state of New York. Of course, seeing these envelopes, you start thinking, like, what now? The one from the city of Orlando was a notice of a violation for going through a red light a few weeks ago. Can I be honest? I actually believe that they have the yellow lights turn much quicker on the traffic signals with cameras than the traffic signals that don't. Just saying. The envelope from the state of New York was for going through a toll that you were supposed to mail your payment in, which I never did. Not on purpose, of course. I just totally forgot. So now my $5 toll payment turned into $50, and my going through a red light fine was $158. I was at a $358 deficit, and it was only 10 a.m. Hello, people. Is this for real? Seriously, what the hell is going on? Oh my gosh. I was just shaking my head laughing because how was this even happening to me? I have to be honest. I knew when I was going through that yellow light and it immediately turned red as I was driving through that I was definitely going to get a violation in the mail as I saw the camera flash go off like 5 times. Of course, they got my license plate. I couldn't escape that one. And my theory is that if you're going to go through a yellow light and it turns red and you get caught, well, unfortunately, you have to accept the consequence and not bitch about it. So, back to my story. A few hours later, I decided to go onto my bank app to check my funds, knowing I would have to pay for all the mistakes that morning. Right there, the first thing I see is a $200 debit charge to a convenience store called Wawa. Not sure how many of you have heard of this store, but if you haven't, it's like a 7-Eleven with a gas station. Anyway, I was kinda in shock because I never ever frequent this place. So the person couldn't have gotten my card number from the gas pump. I couldn't believe it. Someone charged $200 to this place. Can someone please tell me what the hell they are buying for $200 at Wawa? Is one person just filling everyone's gas tanks up saying, "Hey everyone, gas is on me"? My mouth about hit the floor. Now I was laughing harder than I ever thought I could, especially over something like this. But I couldn't help it because I knew exactly why this was happening. Yes, my friends, the universe has a sense of humor for sure. She definitely did that day. The universe tests us all. The universe wants to see how we are going to react when difficult situations come into our life. Are we going to get upset and throw a tantrum, blaming everybody and everything? Or are we going to accept what happened and take responsibility by being accountable for our actions? Life is 50-50. We have good days and we have bad days. If we had rainbow and unicorn days every day, we would never appreciate when life was really good. Life is a test, and it's our actions and how we react to things throughout our life that help show us if we have grown through our experiences. This, my friends, was definitely a huge test and a life lesson for me. It made me feel free knowing that the circumstances that happened that day, I didn't let affect me. You see, I wasn't upset at all. Seriously, not one bit. I have to say, I actually questioned if I was okay because I was taking everything so calmly. You see, instead, I was able to laugh a lot that day, and I also chose to dance. A few years ago, hell yeah, you're damn right, I definitely would have had a totally different reaction. I would have been so angry and pissed off, and I definitely would have blamed the police officer for being a jerk, for giving me a ticket, and for trying to make his quota for the month. My friends, when things happen to go wrong during your day, remember that you have a choice how you want to react and how you want to show up in the world. By choosing to not get upset over the things that were out of my control, I felt so empowered. I was in total control of my thoughts, my feelings, and my actions. I cannot tell you how amazing it feels knowing that I am and will always be in control of my thinking, and no one will ever be able to take that from me. Once you understand that you have full control over how you choose to think about things, your life will change and start heading in a direction that you want it to go in. Make a commitment to yourself to not let silly circumstances control your life. Start taking control of your thoughts so you can feel good. Because remember, you are the only one that feels the emotion. You are the one feeling the anger. My friends, you are in control of everything that you choose to think. You may not be in control over the circumstances that are happening around you, but you are in full control over how you want to think of them. So, next time, instead of getting upset, choose to laugh and to dance. Let yourself feel the freedom of letting go of what is out of your control. This, my friends, is my challenge for you. I know you can do this because you are a powerful badass and you are the one in control. So before I say goodbye, I just wanted to thank Kelly Keene for the messages that she has left me on Facebook. I wanted to read you one that made me laugh and raised my vibration. Here's what she wrote. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Christine Rizzo. This is an amazing podcast to listen to while drinking my morning coffee. I fucking love you. Oh, FYI, fuck is also my favorite word to use as well. I also believe it just enhances a sentence that gives you that extra feeling of what you're saying. Sending love your way from Sydney, Australia. Thank you so much, Kelly. I fucking love you too. Okay, grab those journals of yours because I want to end this episode with a few words that I would like you all to write down. Are you ready? Here we go. We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. Let me repeat that again. We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. Thank you all, my friends, for joining me today. Don't forget, if you have any questions about manifesting, you can contact me in the show notes. Keep listening to the Manifesting Formula for more tips and secrets to creating the life that you want to live. And please tell your family and friends about this podcast so they can learn the power that they have within themselves as well. I look forward to being with you all next week. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Sending you all so much love and abundance. And if no one has told you today, I love you. My friends, if you're interested in coaching with me one-on-one, where we will meet weekly for private sessions, I would love to work with you so you can start manifesting everything that you have ever wanted. In my 6-month coaching program, where we will work closely together, clearing the blocks that are holding you back from manifesting everything that you have ever wanted, I will teach you lifetime tools that you'll be able to use every day in your life. We will meet weekly for 60 minutes through Google Meets, where we will go deeper into manifesting. You will also get access to me in between our sessions through either email, text, Marco Polo, or WhatsApp for when you have questions or if you're going through something that you have trouble figuring out. I will be right there with you. I will also record a weekly video for you on the topic that was spoken about during our session, so you can go back anytime to remind yourself what we went over. You will get super fun assignments that will help to keep you accountable for reaching your goals. You will also get a copy of my book, Unleash Your Inner Goddess, Start Living the Life You Deserve, as well as weekly affirmations sent to you that pertain to your sessions. My friends, this is what it's all about, learning to become a master at manifesting. So if you're interested in going deeper into manifesting and working with me one-on-one, sign up for a 30-minute consult in the show notes. Or you can go to my website at www.christinerizzo.com and sign up for your 30-minute consult. Just click the link in the show notes. It's as simple as that. I look forward to meeting you and helping you create the life you deserve.